It says paid actor on the hoodie.
Oh, it says paid actor on the hoodie. I thought you said you just said I hired a paid actor.
Yeah,
that's the sentence I heard.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
So you go and yell at me.
Yeah.
So you're not. No, you got to go back down. You got to go back down. Now you're way too high. You're like a hell head above us. It looks weird on video.
It's too much.
Perfect. Yeah, don't change that. I don't know why you changed it.
Goodness sakes.
No, go back down.
Is this good?
It's fine. It's fine. But we're at the same level. So when I put the video together, no, it's all right.
That might be taking a little too far, Josh. That's
no. There's one. There's one that's very weird where Omar is like it looks funny.
Does
Omar's way too high. It looks very weird.
Is it better for my old camera?
No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. No.
Go there.
No, it's better like this.
All right.
Dave with the suit, ice in his veins. Josh cracking jokes, never mundane. Oh my wild card, twisting your brain. Together they roll, FTS the name. Life's petty props, kick to the curb. Dave got the logic, never disturbed. Josh with the punchline, sharp like a verb. Omar the eccentric, slick like an herb. Friends talking shop, never gonna stop. Solving life's troubles while they spit and they bop. FTS crew, climbing to the top. 3 homies chilling, yeah, they making the crop.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FTS podcast, Friends Talking Shop. It's great to be back. We're at episode 79, which we're moving up the numbers here, getting to 100. I wonder what we do at 100.
100's got to be something special.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're even close to 100. It's crazy.
That seems we still a ways away, but maybe a live episode somewhere. We do in New York.
We need to do something special for the 100th episode.
Yeah. Would you do that, Omar? Would you meet in New York and get a place we can have do a live audience and
get an audience? Easy, Puffy.
What?
Yeah, I mean, get a place. Yeah, I think I would do that. You mean have like a live studio audience?
Yeah, yeah.
We just need microphones and a camera, and then it could be a room. It doesn't have to be a studio.
I mean, at what point are we in danger of have this becoming an exercise in self-indulgence?
It's
we're
past that point.
Yeah,
we're past that point.
Yeah,
I guess that's true. You know what? Then I actually aim then to fully embrace the pomp and circumstance of it all.
Good. Well, that's where we're headed.
Very good.
We're at episode 79.
All pomp, no circumstance.
No circumstance. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm your host, Dave. I'm happy to be here. And as usual, I'm joined by my two hosts, Josh and Omar. I'll start with you, Josh. Josh, how you doing this week?
I am doing well. We had a nice little last-minute trip that I'll discuss as my topic. But we also, the benefits of being empty nesters, my wife and I decided, and by the way, these second-hand ticket sellers, you know, the StubHubs and the Game Times and all, they're awesome. It's just vivid.
You're just discovering that now?
No, I'm not. I'm just
I
talking
think,
about it.
Isn't Vivid? Vivid's a porn company, right?
It's also a secondary ticket agency, Vivid Seats. So there's a bunch of them. TickPick. I downloaded like 6 of them.
It's funny. It's interesting. That's the name of that business, but that's actually what I type into my Vivid porn thing is seats.
What do you type in?
Seats.
Seats.
Yeah, I'm a big.
That's your fetish?
Seat man?
Yeah.
Your fetish is seats?
Seats.
So that works for you with both apps.
Yeah, there you go.
And Vivid Adult Entertainment. Very good. But so we decided there was a short stint of the Book of Mormon was coming through Philadelphia. I think it was like 3 days. And like the day before the show, we're like, hey, why don't we just get tickets? And so we got tickets. You ever see that show? It's really good.
Didn't we just talk about that? Wasn't it on? We were
I don't
talking
know
about
if we talked.
The play. Oh, no, we were talking about the producers. Sorry.
Yeah, the producers.
Yeah,
no.
producers.
The Book of Mormon is the same guys who did South Park.
Okay, right.
And the reason I bring it up
Matt
is not
Stone, Trey Parker.
Yes, Stone and Parker. Very good. Not because, by the way, it's a hilarious show.
Hilarious.
You got to watch it.
Yep.
But the reason I bring it up is because we were, it was a packed house pretty much, and we're sitting there up in the first balcony, and there was an old couple behind us, and every 6-7 minutes, without fail, the wife would say, "What did they just say?" And then the husband would go, they said blah, 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 blah.
Oh
And
my
it was
gosh.
like, it was so annoying. But you can't say anything because they're an older couple and she's having trouble hearing. But the problem is, once you say, what did you just say? You now miss the next line.
Right.
And then I can't, you can't tune it out. I'm sitting right in front. I want to tune it out. I want to just focus on the stage, but I keep hearing her say over and over, what did they just say? Because every time there's a laughter, she's got to know what everyone's laughing about. And it just erased the line after. It was so annoying.
You didn't give her the look? Just don't say anything.
No, I didn't give her the stink eye. I could have turned around and given her a stink eye, but I had seen these people, obviously, when the lights were up before the show started. I'm like, I'm not going to do anything with these people.
Yeah.
They were elderly, and it was like.
But if it's ruining your experience, then
Yeah, I mean, it didn't ruin it completely, but it was an annoyance. Let's put it that way. It was just a minor annoyance that just didn't end from start to finish.
okay.
There must have been, I'll call it 20 times. She said, 20 times. She said, what did they just say? What was so funny? And then it's just ridiculous. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just get what you can. Not everyone hears everything. Just get what you can and enjoy as much as you can. That's really the best way to do it, right?
Some people feel they're in the room by themselves. You know, they just
that's
they
true.
talk
Yeah.
they're on their phone. Yep, they don't see that there's a social contract to be
There's a
quiet.
social-
Those people are commonly referred to as assholes.
Yes, I think that's right. I think that's exactly what they're called.
And they weren't purposely assholes, and I think that she obviously didn't think that she was disturbing anybody else, but clearly she was, and no one was going to tell them otherwise. They were just at that age where you're just going to leave it alone, unfortunately.
Well, good for you for not saying anything. That shows a lot of restraint.
I restrained myself. Now, at intermission, I talked about it to my wife ad nausea.
Yes, I'm sure.
But, besides that, I left it alone. So I'm
that's
doing
good.
well.
You,
right.
you and your wife consume a lot of content together. It's
We
kind of
do.
nuts.
We do consume a lot. That's a good way to sum it up, Omar, actually.
It's almost like, yeah,
Yes.
like is she really like does what make her happy overlap with what makes you happy more than anybody you've ever met? Is that why you're married to her?
Yeah,
Because-
I think so.
Your
I think
content.
the content that I we like the same content. So like we rarely watch TV by ourselves.
Wow,
That's amazing.
Right?
That actually is amazing.
We rarely watch
amazing.
TV. Yes. Now there's a show on Max right now, The Penguin, which
Yeah.
we watched the first episode. I really liked it. She was done. I want to keep watching it. I have yet to watch episode 2. I just haven't found the time because we have other content that we've been watching together. I'll do it on my next trip. It'll be I'll save that for like a plane ride or something like that where I have to watch by myself. But even when I'm about to tell you about my topic. We took a trip. Even on the plane ride, I downloaded shows and we watched them together. We synced up our AirPods and watched them together.
Let me,
What do you think of that,
another
Omar?
example.
when you go on walks, do you guys go on walks together?
No, we don't. But she's trying to get me to. Yeah, we
My sister-
actually did the other day. We went on a walk the other
my
day together
God.
with the dog.
My sister does it.
That's rare though. That doesn't happen that often.
My one sister does it with her husband, and they hold hands the entire time. I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand this.
Yeah, they're covering up something there.
Yeah, they're
That's not
probably
natural.
that. Yeah, when you have to do that, you've murdered someone together, and you're both trying to keep the other one from from revealing it.
I don't understand it.
Well, listen, it's nice.
It's
I
not
was actually-
common.
We're living
not
our best
common.
life with the kids out of the house. We're living
That's
our best
good.
life.
That's very good.
Yeah.
We don't
Wow.
watch any shows together, my wife and I. We go
Zero.
for long walks. We have such a hard time because our tastes are different, and she
Oh,
falls
wow.
asleep super early, and I'll watch shows late. Like we just can't sync it. So we'll watch a first episode together. We can never get to 2, 3, and 4 at the same time. So
Now look, she said, I said I'm recording, at 6:00 tonight for our next episode. She said, okay, I'll watch my one show. So now she's right now watching a show that I don't watch with her, but she watches it like at times like this.
I figured Omar was going to guess what show she was watching, but
No,
I don't even know. I can't remember what it is. It's something like a midwife or something. Nothing happens. I noticed with her shows, nothing happens ever in any of the shows. Nothing ever happens. I said that. She was watching a show on Showtime with Bridget Everett. Can't remember what that show's called. And I kind of went in the room when there was like 15 minutes left. I'm like, nothing seems to be happening. She's like, it's just about their lives. I'm like, there's nothing happening. I need something to happen. So,
yeah, you're too ruined by reality TV. Well,
Yes.
it's good you're doing well. My other host is Omar. Got his stuff together. His mic is working. How you doing this week, Omar?
Are we really co-hosts if you're the one who's always moderating?
It's like head bartender. It's like when Sam Malone made Woody head bartender. It's a name only, Omar, just to make us feel better.
It's pomp and circumstance.
It's pomp and circumstance. Yes.
No, you're co-host because if you were to measure the amount of talking, Josh is probably 65%. You're like 30%, and I'm 5%.
Omar can go on some rants, though. He can monopolize.
He can.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what the Gelman amnesia effect is?
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
The Gelman amnesia effect. It's when you forget about what the Gelman amnesia effect is.
David?
I do not know.
You going to tell us?
It highlights how people may dismiss a publication's accuracy issues when reading about an unfamiliar topic, despite noticing flaws in articles they do know about.
I have no idea what you just said.
What
Say that
the
again.
hell does that mean?
It means when you read an article in the New York Times or the New York
Yeah.
Post or the Journal about an area a topic that you're not super familiar with,
Okay.
you assume everything in the article is accurate, right?
Oh, because you don't know any better. You don't know any better.
But if you read about a topic that you do know about,
yeah,
and you'll notice flaws in familiar topics. So you're like,
Okay.
oh, this thing's wrong. The article's wrong. And yet when you read unfamiliar topics, you assign those, you forget, you have amnesia. You forget that those ones you don't know about are probably off here and there as well.
But how would you know if you don't know?
but you don't
what's
know.
happening?
This is a silly effect.
Wait. You don't discount the fact that they might not be super 100% accurate.
Okay.
You don't.
All
You
right.
forget to discount it.
Okay, whoever Gelman is wasted a lot of our time with this.
It was a concept it was popularized by Michael Crichton, actually. When it was
why is
booked.
it called the Gelman effect?
It's a physicist named Murray Gelman or something.
You're making that
way.
up.
No, it's true.
Was a producer from Regis and Kathy Lee?
No, it's because it was named of a cheese place. But it's a phenomenon where someone recognizes errors or oversights in an article. I'm Googling it right now about a topic they know well, but still trust the same publications on other topics they don't know about.
Why do you bring this up? It's
doing.
I
like Gelman. I think it's a cool word. I met
It's not a
someone
word.
also.
It's a name.
I met someone in our industry called Feldman, and it's the name of one of the characters in the Bizarro Seinfeld episode.
Yes, correct.
And I talked to the guy probably 50% more than I should, just because I love calling him Feldman.
Did you refer to him as Feldman?
That's it was Feldman. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm becoming more jaded. I was at an event yesterday. I was in a urinal. No, an 8-pack, right? 4 and 4, back to back. Somebody who knows me a little bit sees me, comes right next to me in the urinal next to me and starts talking to me. And I freaked out. I freaked out.
Yeah, I don't like that.
He was Belgium. So maybe like being Belgium, they pee talk all the time. I'm not a fucking pee talker.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't like that whatsoever. And I'm going to go one further on you, by the way. Not only do I hate that, but I also, in my own house, because I just experienced this yesterday, and it's something I put in my notes, by the way, and I'll spoil it right now. Peeing is not loud, but for some reason, whenever I'm peeing in the bathroom, my wife likes to talk to me, likes to yell to me, and I can't hear anything she's saying while I'm peeing.
Why
I can't hear anything.
What? Why does she?
What?
I don't understand. Why does she want to? This is another reason why I
Use
want
your big boy words.
This is why I don't want to get married. I don't want people talking when I'm peeing.
Right. Well, she's not doing it like a urinal situation. That is just completely society frowns upon that. You just don't, talk to somebody.
I have a question. Josh,
Yeah,
since you watch so much content with your wife, I'm sure
Yes.
sometimes you're in the middle of watching a very exciting scene.
Yes.
And you really have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, of course.
Do you ever just think about, man, if I had a pair of Depends on right now, I wouldn't have to get up?
It's not so much I think about depends, although because that seems gross to me to sit in my own feces and urine. That seems like very uncomfortable. I don't think I could even concentrate on a show, even if I just pissed my diaper. I don't think I can concentrate on a show. I'd have to get out of it immediately. But no,
I wonder what it feels like.
You pause the show and you go to the bathroom. We do it all the time.
But you walk in the bathroom and she'll be like,
So
"Hey, Josh, I got a question for you."
Well, inevitably she'll start talking to me. This is what happened yesterday. She'll start talking to me, and I have to pee, and I just don't stop walking to the bathroom. I can't just stop and have the conversation. So she'll keep talking. I'll leave the door open so I can hear. But once I hit porcelain, I can't hear anything.
What do you?
It all goes away, and then it's loud, but it's not loud. It's loud, but it's not loud.
It's like echoing and stuff.
Yes, and I'm like, I don't understand this phenomenon.
And also,
you can't hear anything when you're peeing.
No, it's like being in a Maxwell Smart like anti-noise chamber when you're in those little like bathrooms.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you guys even talk about? I don't understand.
Yeah, what
do
question
we
is
talk
so
about?
important?
I don't even know what she said. She was talking
like
probably
a sale at Costco or something. What are you talking about?
No, it was probably some nonsense item that I don't remember. I mean, how many conversations do you have with people around you that you don't remember? It's like 98% of them. They're all nonsense for the most part.
Oh, that's probably
maybe
true.
Something about our kids. Who knows? But she was in the middle, and I had to pee, and I just kept walking to the bathroom as she was telling me. And then I had to go. The worst part is then when I'm done and I flush and I wash up and I come out, I go, "What did you just say?" I didn't hear any of it.
Yeah, she's like, I forget.
Yeah, forget it. It's all right.
Yeah, maybe you should just watch shows together. You sound like when you're actually engaging in conversation, it sounds like a disaster.
So okay, so that happened, and then another thing happened where this is crazy. This guy I've known for off and on for 4 or 5 years. He knows enough about whatever nonsense it is that we do professionally.
Yeah.
He sees me walking. I have my hoodie on. So I don't want to talk to anybody, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, Omar." He says, "Hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Oh, hi." He said, "Listen, you need to meet this guy." Telling me I need to meet this other person. Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, if he's saying this to me, I should, I apparently have to talk to this person now, whether I want to or not.
Correct.
Okay. But B, benefit of the doubt, I'm assuming he knows what's relevant to someone. Not that, again, I'm no one important, but it's someone like me. The person owns a pizzeria, or potentially someone might be compelling for what we're trying to build, etc. I exert a lot of energy into this person sitting down. About 8 minutes into the conversation, this guy's no one I want to ever talk to.
Right, of course.
And I gave out all this energy to this guy. And so the person who made the introduction to me, I never want to see them again.
Yeah, well, you can't do that. You can't dismiss
why not?
them.
No, but that's my point. He's time burglar. Time burglar. If I said to you, Joshy, you need to meet this guy, and it was a person, don't waste your time. Would you ever trust my credibility ever again?
Hold on. You have introduced me to people in the past.
Oh my gosh, this is my topic.
Is this your topic?
My topic. Yes, it's my. Can we just pause? Hit the pause
That's
button?
so crazy. Let's put a pin in it.
All right, I'll stop talking.
That right there, because
Dave, how are you doing?
This is unbelievable. This is your topic.
It's
Dave,
so
how are you
weird
doing?
that we have. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, how are you doing?
By the way, just so the audience knows, we are also all menstruating at the same time right now.
Yes, our cycles are synced up. That is weird.
Well, I just went. Do you guys get eye appointment checkups? Do you?
Yeah.
See like
yes, but not
often
often.
as I should. Yeah.
Yeah, not as
I
often
set
as
it
I
up
should.
so I go once a year, and
good for you.
It's on the calendar, and I just book it, and I just do it because I had eye surgery one time, and it's a whole thing. But so I feel like it's dentist. I'm pretty regular in that I do my eye appointment every time.
Oh, I remember when you had eye surgery.
Yeah, that was a real painful deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine now, and I always want them to check to make sure my eyes are okay. But then they took my blood pressure, which at a eye place. I don't know why they need to have my blood pressure, but they
just to do an eye exam, just before an eye exam.
Yeah, they took my blood pressure, and it was high. It was like 131/90, which isn't like crazy high, but it's.
I'm not trusting an eye doctor to do stuff that's not in his repertoire.
Well, it made me nervous because I'm usually 124/80 something. Like it's good. It's like I'm a solid, and this was higher. And then she said to me, I'm like, "That's high." She goes, "Yeah, well, this thing runs high." She said the device.
What?
She said the device runs high. And I
That's
was like,
ridiculous.
Why?
David was in Guatemala apparently.
Yeah.
No.
Get a new device. You're a doctor. And by the way, don't use faulty equipment on your patients if you know it's faulty equipment. It's giving you incorrect reads.
It runs high.
You got to drop this eye doctor. First of all, you got to drop this eye doctor, number one, because they're doing stuff that's not in their purview.
Yeah.
Okay?
Purview.
Yeah. If they test you for a hernia, I would run. All right? So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, they are admitting that their equipment is faulty.
I know. I was like, why even do it if you don't trust your equipment? I thought, but then I'm like, so then they make it a second time because but no, it's higher. I'm like, of course.
Oh God, hold on. Omar's coughing up a lung. So what were you saying? Now you're worried. So you were worried it was high, and then she correct. Don't worry, it runs high.
Well, that's what I'm wondering now because she took it a second time, but I was worried about it from the first time. So then I went up to like 134 over 93.
I would have walked immediately out.
Well, no, I stayed because I needed to check my prescription.
Yeah, but how can you trust anything else?
That's a good point. That's a very big point.
They're cheaping out on a cheap piece of equipment. That is a blood pressure thing has to be one of the cheapest pieces of equipment in a doctor's office, right?
Do you know what I would have done?
What?
What did she say to you again?
Well, tell me what you were going to say.
What were you going to do?
No, she said this thing runs high.
Runs high, yeah.
I would say, so do I. So do I.
Yeah, you're running high right now.
Yeah,
I also sleep high. I walk high.
Listen, this doctor's not to be trusted. This is really disturbing, Dave.
This was the doctor's assistant. Anyway, this is a wonderful doctor. It's a great practice.
No, it's not.
It's a little suspicious. Yeah,
it's a lot suspicious. It's a lot suspicious.
Maybe it just happened like that day or the day before. You know what I mean?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
The thing is, I went through the rest of the exam. Like, is my heart feeling tight? Like, I'd
be like, are you going to get my prescription correct? How do you know all this shit isn't calibrated properly, or is it old and dated?
Yeah. I should say, like, these contacts are a little blurry. Like, yeah, they run blurry.
Yeah, they run. So you have astigmatism. It could be one of three things, but we're going to take a guess because we're not sure with our equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. With 33% chance, we're going to correct your vision.
Yeah.
Well, no, you need to find a new eye doctor immediately.
Okay. I'm glad I talked to you guys first.
There you go.
All right. Should we kick off the episode?
Let's do it.
All right. So just to remind you what this episode's all about. We are an podcast, that we each come with a topic that we've not talked about ahead of time, and we discuss it amongst each other. Sometimes our topics will just naturally come up out of conversation because we just we're on the same cycle apparently. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that for you now. We talked about rehearsing ahead of time, but we're not doing it. We're just running with our topics.
Yeah. You want to tell them where to reach us, Dave?
That's a good point, Josh.
Yeah.
If you would like to reach out to us, if you listen to the podcast and go, that's hilarious. I want to let these guys know how funny they are. I want to give them money in some way.
Money. Money.
Yeah,
interesting.
for whatever reason, really.
Yeah. You don't have to have a reason. Just cause.
Unless it's negative, then just go pound
keep
stand.
it to yourself.
But we have an email address. It's friends@fts.media. Friends, plural, @fts.media. We have a website, friendstalkingshop.weebly.com, weebly.com. And then we're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at Friends Talking Shop. Yep. Check us out there and reach out to us. I am ready to start the episode. I'm going to go first since my topic was
since we kind of already broached it. Yeah.
So I'm going to I received an email this week from someone I will not mention, but I'll just read what the content of their email was.
Is this someone we know, or can you not? You don't even want to say that.
It is someone we know really well. Almost like you can almost picture them on your screen at the moment.
Geez. Okay.
So I got this email. It just says this: 2 of my faves. Please connect. Feel free to connect offline. That's the email.
That's the email. Ugh.
So now I get this email, right?
Yeah.
And now I don't know. I know the person who sent it. I don't know the other person who I'm being connected to. But
Did they, real quick, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did they give you a heads up they were doing this, or this was completely out of the blue?
Doesn't sound like it.
No. Okay, just want to make sure.
So, let me read it again. Omar, are you paying attention? It says, "To my faves, please connect. Feel free to connect offline." Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, we got it.
So now, all of a sudden, I'm working, right? I'm doing the best I can, trying to get by, trying to figure things out.
Sure.
All of a sudden, I get this email. Now I've got a to-do list item.
Yes.
I've got to connect with this person.
Yes, you do.
Connect. It's so horrible.
What is my obligation to this email?
The person who sent it, do you have a good relationship with them?
Is one of my best friends. He's a wonderful human being.
Then you have to do it.
Do you think so?
Yes. Actually, let me take that back. If it's someone who's a friend who you can just say, look, I don't have time for this. You can be honest and upfront. Then there's an out there.
You think?
If it's someone who's like you don't really have a relationship with at all, there's an out you can ignore. But if it's someone in the middle, it's almost like
wait a second, is this me?
Yes, it's you. You sent it to me.
It's Omar.
Oh my God! You're the worst.
You did. You said
Omar.
You're the worst.
Do you understand the hypocrisy? Do you understand the hypocrisy, Omar? You just complained about this exact thing that you did to Dave, and you did it without solicitation, unprovoked.
You criticized your own email when you thought it was from somebody else.
Unbelievable.
This is
no.
That's hilarious.
Mine was not an email; it was a face-to-face. But David, you're right.
Wow.
I also assumed I was going to talk to you before this.
Red-handed. You got something to say?
I'm trying to go in my mind. I did it with David and someone else, who, by the way, had no
for the same
issue.
person. For the same person.
Correct.
But you didn't give him a heads up.
I know, and I always do that. Actually,
you gotta do that. You gotta do the heads up.
And for some reason, I didn't with you or the other person, and because it was someone I thought you'd actually want, and I do think you actually want to talk to.
That may be true.
No, it's Joshy. To be clear, this is a peer of David's. It's not a.
I get it.
It's not like
Look, I
so
get
you're
it.
Saying in your
I know
case,
what you're saying.
It's not David's. It's not anyone selling anything.
Selling
to you
Dave
guys.
anything. I get it.
Correct.
I get it. But still, I get these all the time. Dave, you get these all the time. Too.
I do. That's right.
Yes,
I
all
get
the
them. You're like,
time.
my gut reaction is like, oh man, no.
I always want to say like no, unless it's really someone I'm like, oh yeah, I actually would like to talk to them. 98% of the time, I really just don't want to have that conversation.
Hold on a second. Are we maybe there's a bit of an irony that this is also your topic, considering my conversations in the last few weeks.
With what?
You got to fill us in.
I'm not connecting with what you're saying.
I'm not connecting it either. What are you talking about?
You're not?
No.
David, when we spoke about someone that you wanted
yes. All right. Fair enough. So,
what is going on?
All right.
Clarify.
So
we need clarification for everybody.
Okay, let me back up now.
Yes.
So in a similar situation, I had
Wow.
It's different. Someone reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you know Omar? Because I'm interested in his business."
Oh,
so,
right.
So I then said, "Hey, yes, I do know Omar. I know him well, and I said I'd love to connect you." So yes, but what
this is very different. This is very different.
They were asking about now you are able to sell them something in a way, and I gave you the heads up.
Yes.
Did I give you a heads up?
Yes, you did.
First of all, yes, you did. But second, there's no selling. Okay.
Oh no,
there's no selling.
You don't have to get into that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
but I will say,
but this is someone who could help you out.
I will say, if David had just made the introduction, I wouldn't have thought twice, because it's coming from David.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Same thing with you. We're at that point. And by the way, I mean, how many people am I at? There's maybe 10 people that I don't need to have any.
And, yes, and I feel like where friendship's at a place where you can do that. But my topic is in this realm of hey, I know someone, I want to connect you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feel free to reach out.
Yep.
Like you're right. Like half the time, maybe more, maybe like 90% of the time, I kind of don't want to have to it's another to-do list to do.
Correct.
Yep.
Right?
90% of the time.
Yeah, we all get these now, and it's torture.
Now look, when I was a younger lad just starting in this business,
Yeah.
I welcomed these because I wanted to network. I wanted to know more people. I wanted to, be able to bounce ideas off other people that were doing the same things at other places. And so it was great. And you build up your Rolodex and it's awesome. We're at a spot now where we're like, I don't need to do this. I mean, there's a couple people, sure, I definitely would like to be connected to. But again, it's like 95%. No, it's another to-do list. It's a conference call on my calendar that I don't want to have.
Yep. And this is why I mentioned to you guys earlier, I've had calls, including today. I'll just start talking about random things. Like I had a call today. I was talking about potato farming in Ukraine and how a family subsisted on having loaves of bread that were stale and half a gallon of water a day was given. I was just going off on a riff. Because I have to entertain myself on these random calls I get set up on.
So professional.
Does anyone put calls in your calendar for you guys when you're not?
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
It does happen at times. I try to put a stop to that. Yeah.
No.
Me too.
I've started to put just busy on my calendar just to block it off.
Well,
it's
yes. Yeah. It's what it is.
Yes, put in the elevator, please.
It's the same as did you
send
say
the food
elevator?
Up, please.
Oh my God! He's taking. Are you taking a call for your food? Omar is taking an Uber Eats call. It's unbelievable. You had to order. We're recording.
No, but you don't understand. I've had nothing to eat today the whole day. Because I don't have control of my calendar.
Whose fault is that?
Well, David, please give me some guidance.
It's your fault. That's the guidance.
Yeah, you should get up earlier and have breakfast and
eat something. You're good. You're recording at a certain time. I'm having dinner right after this because I knew it was on my calendar.
Are you also having to get up off your seat now and go get it?
Yeah, he's going to have to get
I'm not going to eat
the damn
it, though,
food.
I promise.
I know, but you're going to get up mid-conversation to get the food. That's going to happen. Is it not?
Yeah, but this is actually the fault of my doorman.
No, it's not.
No, because they know now. He should know now when the food's delivered, he puts it in the elevator and presses my floor and it opens up and I get it. He had to call me for some godforsaken reason.
Right, but you still have to get up and stop the podcast to get your food.
I mean, technically, the podcast is still continuing.
It does, but we are a video now, and you're going to disappear for a little bit, and it's
Just let it sit in the elevator until we're done.
It'll sit in the elevator. Someone else catches it. It's fine.
Stay there.
Anyway, and it completely took us off our topic, our conversation. So we don't want to meet people that we don't know, and blah blah blah. There you go.
But I do think it's like just like the random phone call rather than trying to coordinate a call. You just call somebody. I kind of like this kind of every so often. Just getting again from someone I trust, from like you guys. The random introduction. This okay. I'm assuming it's a good use of my time because and or whatever, and let's do it. It's nice, it's nice you guys use those credibility points. Otherwise, I don't want to rest on laurels. Take a chance every so often. Make a blind introduction based on instinct.
Well, it's funny. I've not reached out, neither has this other person. So I wonder if they're on the other side going like, I don't want to do this either.
This is so funny, Dave. It's so funny you say that because this is my plan every single time. So I'll get the email and it says, hey, Josh, and so, I just want to introduce you to via email. I'll jump off now and let you guys pick it up from here, right? That's how it always is.
Right. Yep.
And I never respond. And I just sit there and I go, boy, I hope this goes away. I just hope the other person also plays my game of, chicken.
Yeah.
And never sends the email, hey, let's get a call on the calendar.
Yeah,
but
so how should I play this, Omar? Should I wait and see if the other person responds?
David, look, our other friend already responded.
Yeah,
and they had a very good, pleasant back and forth. I think it's up to you. No. I remember I said I introduced this person. I introduced her to you and somebody else.
So okay, so since you have done me a solid, you're saying I should also respond.
No, there's zero quid pro quo. It just happened to occur at the same time, which is really weird when you think about it. It's really weird. That wasn't intentional for me. I don't know who did it first.
But you did it.
No, but I offered David early weeks ago.
Oh, okay. All right. It's all taking place.
When I get asked by certain people of a higher stature about how to think about things, David's one of the people who comes up in my mind.
Oh,
okay.
That's really nice.
Way to smooth that over.
Well, it's the reality. Listen, there's we're not friends because of tenure. Let's be very clear about this, right? We earn it every single day.
That's true.
All right. Okay.
I do.
You guys are good at what you do. You're good at what you do. You're thoughtful in how you do it.
Wow.
Very nice. You're very, very kind. You as well, which is why I referred the person that I referred to you to. But they were asking for your business.
Sassy, just fine.
Yeah,
what did you just say?
No, I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Racy.
You're eating the food. You said you wouldn't eat the food. I hear the packaging opening up.
I'm looking. I ordered delivery cookies. Is it possible that they can be good?
Why did you order? Okay.
Drunken cookies.
All right. This stopped because of cookies. You said you hadn't eaten anything all day. I thought you were getting a meal.
No, there's food down there. There's a real meal down there.
Okay, don't touch it.
All right. Well,
I won't.
Well, if you can eat fast, we'll go to Josh's topic.
All right, we'll go to my topic.
The solution with mine is you're all in agreement that when you get these things, maybe not from someone as wise and thoughtful as Omar, but normally let it ride and see what happens. But
that's what I do. I let it ride, and I see if the other person picks it up. If the other person picks it up, then I feel obligated.
Yeah.
I implore each of you, both of you, to make an introduction to
you
without asking for permission.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, I
Society
might do it with you, Omar.
I trust your instincts, Josh. It's about time that you trusted your own as well.
I trust my instincts, but I am about society, and society has rules.
Society has rules, but friendships don't.
Oh, friendships have rules too.
No, you can test things. I want to see what your taste is and someone you think I want to talk to.
All right. I'll make an intro.
Right. Now I feel a little guilty. Now I feel like I should reach out.
Yeah, I'll make an intro to my guy at Vivid.
Yeah. All right, Josh, what's your topic this week?
All right, so this is kind of there's a lot to unpack here, but I'll do it in fairly good order here. But so again, the benefits of being empty nesters. My wife and I decided, hey, let's just take a trip. And I think I mentioned this on the last podcast.
Wait. When you took this trip, did you think about going with another couple, or was it going to be you, the whole time?
No, you'll see why. It's not. It was one of those where, like, it's our daughter's a senior, and she's at Vanderbilt down in Nashville, and they're having a really surprisingly good football season, right? Which is very unusual for Vanderbilt.
What's their record?
Are horrible, 6-3. They're usually awful.
They beat Alabama. They beat
Alabama.
Right?
They beat Kentucky. They just beat Auburn. And so we thought, you know what? Texas is coming to town, top 5 team. Let's go to the Texas game. This is an opportunity. It would be amazing if we could be at this, just an amazing.
How is Vanderbilt competing with these other colleges in football?
Transfer portal. They've been awesome in the trade. They brought in I don't want to go through this, but they brought in this quarterback that nobody wanted. And the kid's a stud, and
they're smarter than anyone else, right?
Yeah, right. That hasn't helped them in years past. So we decided, let's get tickets, and let's get plane tickets, and let's head down. And so we did that, and it was great. It was good to see our daughter, and it was awesome to go to the game. So we went down for the game, and we flew American down. I always fly American out of Philadelphia, but the flight back was so expensive. I'm like, oh, God, this is ridiculous. I'm like, all right, you know what? And we were spending a lot on the tickets. The tickets weren't cheap. So I'm like, you know what? And I just went and I booked Spirit on the way back. I've never flown Spirit before, but I know it's a shit airline, but it was like $300 cheaper on just the one way back, just back to Philadelphia. Like, fine. So we go to the game with my daughter. It was an amazing game. They lost by 3, but it was very exciting. We snuck into the student section. They wouldn't let us in. The guy would not let us in the student section. And our tickets were on the other side, like with the Texas people, and I'm like, I do not want to sit with the Texas people. I got to sit with the students. And so my wife's going, oh, now we have to sit. And I said, relax. And my wife's so by the book on everything. I said, just follow me. She goes, what are you doing? And we separated from our daughter. We went a couple sections down where they would let us in. I knew they'd let us in. And then we went all the way up and then walked all the way over to the student section. And she's like, oh, okay, that worked. So that was great. So we had a great time with that. Although my daughter, after the game, when we were walking to dinner, kept yelling at Texas fans, and it was driving me nuts. I'm like, you got to
wait. Your demure daughter was yelling?
Yes. My daughter had a couple drinks, and she was very upset with how the game went. She thought they should have won, and she was yelling. And the Texas fans, by the way, were very good people. They were very nice. They were not in your face at all. They weren't obnoxious. And
They were good people on both sides. David.
Both sides. Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
David,
Yeah.
do you think that Josh, don't answer this yet. Do you think that Josh's daughter,
Oh God.
okay,
Yeah.
has
Stop eating while you're talking.
has more sports knowledge than any of her other girlfriends? She's an Eagles fan. She's a Sixers fan. She knows the players. Do you think she has more knowledge than like 95% of her girlfriends about sports?
Yes, I would say yes, because I found I lived in Philadelphia that people in Philadelphia know their sports. They are rabid fans. They understand the game. Like I feel like there's very few casual
women included.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
they're throwing batteries just like everyone else in Philly. So
Yeah. There's no
I don't think I want to. Okay, well, Josh, what's the answer to this question?
The answer is she is probably more knowledgeable than most of her girlfriends.
Yes, girlfriends.
Yes, than most of her friends. Yes, that is probably true. On the teams that she follows, by the way, she's not going to tell you what's going on in the American League baseball. She has no clue.
well, she follows the Phillies.
But she'll watch the Phillies. She likes going to Phillies games. She watches the
She
Phillies.
watches. Wow.
She won't purposely. Okay. She won't. We're going down a path that I didn't expect to go down. She
That's
won't
what this
purposely
podcast
sit in the
is all about.
couch, turn on the Phillies game. But if I'm watching the Phillies, or if it's the playoffs, she's right there.
All right.
She's watching. Eagles games, like when we went down for the Texas game, our flight the next day was not till 8:45 at night, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And we did that on purpose because the Eagles played at 1 o'clock, and we wanted to watch the Eagles game, and we weren't going to get home in time otherwise. Which is another reason I chose that Spirit flight, which was stupid. But so she went, and we went to a bar and watched Eagles game together. So she put on her Eagles jersey and went to the bar, and so she's into it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
crazy.
Yes, my wife too. We're
If your daughter met the love of her life, okay, and then the guy was the worst thing in the world for you. I'm not going to say a Muslim. I'm going to say like he's a diehard Giants fan.
Yeah, that's awful.
And wait a second,
Yeah,
your daughter
yeah.
is converted.
She wouldn't. She wouldn't.
Not. Hold on. To be clear, not to
To be
Islam.
a Giants fan. I got it. To be a Giants fan. Yes.
To be a Giants fan.
No, that would not sit well with me.
It would not sit well with you.
No, that would not.
Would you
sit well.
rather wait? Would you rather have her convert religion to Islam or
Oh, I don't know. That's a
convert
tricky
to a
one.
Giants
I'm
fan?
not going down this path. I'm not answering this question. This is a trap question. I don't like it. I will say this. Even if she didn't become a Giants fan and married a Giants fan, my grandkids, just the thought of them in Giants jerseys would it send shivers up my spine.
Yeah.
That's nuts, David. How about you? If somebody
Kind of
was like,
facing that now.
who's the Packers' big?
Oh yeah.
Well, they're Chiefs fans.
Chiefs
but my
fans,
son-in-law
yeah.
will not put my grandson in any other football jersey than the Chiefs, which I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on with that? That's he's your son, but it took
Yeah.
grandparents to get to that. I get some Packer time with my grandson, so I'm gonna
You're
raise.
gonna have
it
to fight for that,
rebellious.
but he's gonna win.
Wait,
You
wait,
know
wait.
that, Dave.
Did you pay for the wedding?
I did. Yes.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all kinds of.
That should get you, if not naming rights, other
Naming
rights.
rights. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't get you anything.
If I'm paying for my daughter, if I ever have a daughter,
Yeah. I don't think you know how the
see how
world
that goes.
works.
Yeah.
This is not how the world
No.
works.
no, you know what it is? You have to take the Trump view. You just do it. Just create your own rules.
Yeah.
You can grab them by the whatever. You know what I mean?
Grab them by the onesie. Grab them by the onesie. All right. So look. So our Spirit flight was at 8:45 that night, right? And it's the last flight out. So we go to the airport. Bunch of Philly people, all in the terminal, and of course it gets delayed 20 minutes.
Oh
we got there like 6:30 for an 8:45 flight, or a little later, 6:45, because we wanted to have a dinner. We wanted to have dinner and just relax and not just grab a quick bite to eat. So we went to one of the restaurants, sat down, had dinner. We got to our gate, good amount of time, and then it gets delayed. We're like, great, okay, fine, whatever. And they tell us it's for maintenance. We got to get maintenance out. The plane's there. The plane is there. Long story short, it keeps getting delayed. Half hour. And we're like, what is going on here? Now we notice we're the only ones in the whole airport. This is it. We're the only ones here. Now, this is Spirit for you. Spirit gets on the microphone and says, this is the announcement they make, which is the dumbest announcement I think I could possibly imagine. They said, okay, guys, so here's the good news and bad news. The bad news is that it seems that the crew, they're about to time out. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means they can only fly a certain amount of time before they have to be mandatory rest before they have to come back and then fly again. So they were at the end of their time where they were not going to be able to fly us to Philadelphia in this plane. But she says there's a flight that's coming in 20 minutes from Las Vegas. And if the crew is amenable, they can fly you to Philadelphia. Now, what a stupid thing to announce, okay? First of all, why don't you talk to the crew first to see if they're amenable before you tell us that maybe they will, maybe they won't?
Yeah. I don't think they're legally allowed to talk to them.
What are you talking about? How do they know if they're going to fly?
FAA.
You can't just say FAA and then leave it alone. Listen, of course they're allowed to talk to them. They're employees of Spirit. Spirit can just go, hey, are you guys, when you get to Nashville, can you turn around and fly this packed plane to Philadelphia?
There may be union laws against that. David, don't you think that's not necessarily crazy to say that?
Yes.
With unions,
it's stupid. It's stupid to tell us.
But they shouldn't tell him.
Don't tell us that.
Yeah.
Find out first and then report it. Because we watched the plane come in, we watched it all unload, and then we're just sitting there like idiots, waiting. Now it's like 12:30 at night. It's past midnight, and everyone's exhausted, everyone's irritable. And then she comes on and goes, okay, well, we are going to cancel the flight tonight. So basically, they weren't amenable. They're like, screw you. We're not flying these people anywhere. We're exhausted. And by the way, you're going to get an email or a text, which is going to give you hotel vouchers, meal voucher, and a Lyft voucher to take you to the hotel and back to the airport tomorrow. Fine. Pissed off, but whatever. What are we going to do? We get a text. I get a text almost immediately, like 30 seconds after she said that. I click on the link. It gives me 3 hotels. I picked the first one. It was a Sonesta. I'm like, let's go, hon. Let's go to Sonesta. It's 2 miles away, and we'll come back tomorrow. And by the way, they also told us that we would have a new flight tomorrow. They created a flight. Same flight number. They created it 10 a.m. Because otherwise, there was no flight tomorrow except for 8:45 at night. And no one wants to stick around to 8:45 at night.
Well, they got an extra plane, so it must not be too.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Right. So they're like 10 a.m. Fine. So we go to the Sonesta, whatever. We were asleep at 1:30 before we had to wake up again. And by the way, I had a perfect pack, like I talked about before, and so I had no clothes because I had a perfect pack.
See,
this is the one time where a perfect pack bites you in the ass.
Wait, hold on. When you get to the Sonesta, this 5-star hotel, heaven forbid, Josh actually
it was not.
But Josh, heaven forbid, you treat your wife to a nice hotel that night.
What are you talking about? That was
rather than a Sonesta.
What do you mean a nice hotel? It's 1 a.m, Omar. We have a flight at 10 a.m. You're not going to – you just want to get to the closest place with the cleanest bed, and you just go, that's it.
No. Omar has no idea what you're talking about right now. That is not how he rolls. You would not do that, right?
You're there for 8 hours.
No.
8 hours. That's it.
Yeah, I think
we literally put our shit down, brushed our teeth, went to bed.
Did you watch any content together? God knows. You watched the
Yes,
Penguin episode 2.
Of course we did. Of course we did.
Seriously,
We put the TV on.
David.
Anyway,
Do you think when they're when
keep
they're
going through this.
Hold on, when Josh
God.
when they're at the gate waiting for 9 hours to board the plane, how many shows do you think
A
they
lot.
watch together?
Oh my gosh, a whole season of 300 Pound Sisters. Yeah.
We watched a lot because I had it all. Now that's one thing I go overboard for. If it's an hour and a half flight, I'll download 5 hours of content.
Yeah, everyone does that. Yeah,
I do
think
that
that's
on
universal.
purpose, just in case.
Right.
All the time, because you never know when you're going to get delayed or canceled or whatever.
That's
so
right.
anyway,
Wait,
we
how
come
is
back-
the Sinestra?
It was fine. It was actually nice.
It was nice
actually
hotel?
nice. Yeah,
Okay.
and there was a bunch of people, obviously, from the gate when we got there, that were there lined up, and it was quick. It was a nice, clean room. It worked out perfectly, and it was close. It was close to the airport.
All right.
But we get there the next morning for the flight, right? So 2 things happened. First, we go up through security, and in front of my wife and I is this woman with her 2 little kids. And the boy is like 7, and the girl's got to be 5. I'm just guessing, but that's about what I think their ages are. They go up in front. The guy asks for their boarding passes. She gives him the boarding pass. Now, it quickly became evident that they did not speak English. Okay, she did not speak English, the mother. They were, I think, of Hispanic descent, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they were Hispanic.
Oh,
And
shit.
There's no oh shit here. There's no oh shit. I'm just giving you context. The guy.
Edit that out.
Now, look, they never issued us new boarding passes because they told us we're creating a new flight, so keep your boarding passes. So the guy says to her, hey, you have the wrong day. This is for yesterday. You missed your flight. And I immediately went, and she has no clue. She's going, she has no clue what he's saying. Doesn't understand it. So I immediately thought, oh, these people might have been on our flight. So I interjected. So when I go, do you mind if I see the boarding pass?
Oh my God!
Yes, because
Why
I
would you
felt
say it
awful.
that way?
I felt awful. Because it was security. I'm not. It's a TSA security. I don't know what. He showed it to me. I couldn't believe it, but he did. And I said, sir, these people were on our flight. Supposed to be. It got canceled yesterday. Spirit. I have the same thing. I have boarding passes from yesterday too, but it's the same flight number, and we're supposed to go to Philly, and Spirit created this. It was canceled last night. You can look up the canceled flight. And the guy goes, he goes, yes, okay, no problem. And the woman bows to me. She realizes that I've helped her out. You know what I mean? The head nod, not a bow.
Listen. The audience knows this.
Yeah.
Josh makes everyone bow to him all the time.
I do. It's anyone
Aren't
has
you
to
going to say
genuine.
thank you?
They have to genuine.
More.
But the 7-year-old boy turns to me and says, sir, thank you very much for your help. We really appreciate it. I thank you so much. And I'm like, what a good kid. What a great kid this is. This kid spoke English. His mother didn't. And at 7 years old, he's got to tell. And I'm watching him, by the way, once they went through, he's telling his mom, you got to take your shoes off. And he's asking the person, what do we have to do? Do I have to take this off? Do I have to take belt? And then he's telling his mom and his sister what to do. 7. This kid could not have been more than 7, maybe 8 at the max. And I just thought, I'm like, this kid is amazing.
Why can't my son be like this kid?
Yeah. I can't imagine what I was at 7. But this kid has such a responsibility. He speaks English, and he's going through the airport with his mother who speaks no English whatsoever. And he's got to be the one to talk to all the people to make sure they're doing it properly. It was amazing. I thought that was cool. Anyway, here's the last part of the story. We get to the gate, right? And it's the same faces that I was looking at for 7 hours while we were sitting in the airport the night before. And this woman sits next to me. She's got a 1-year-old kid.
By the way, the audience should realize Josh is, I think, Dave and I realized that he actually still is at the airport right now.
Yes, I'm still at the airport. We still haven't flown Spirit yet. Yeah. So she says to me, hey, where did you guys end up last night? What hotel? And I said, oh, the Sinesta. I just clicked the first one. She goes, I didn't even get an option for the Sinesta. She goes, I got 2. I said, well, I got 3. She goes, well, I got 2, and I chose the Comfort Inn. And apparently a lot of other people did too. And this is what she tells me. They go to the Comfort Inn. They didn't get there to 1:30. So way after, like, we were in bed. We were in bed by 1:30. They got there, and there was a bunch of people from the flight, and they said the desk operator said, "We have no rooms. We have no rooms."
Oh my gosh!
And when you click the link, it says confirmed and gives you a confirmation number. And so all those people went to the Comfort Inn, and they had no rooms for them.
That's terrible.
And she got real lucky because a guy who got a room saw that she had a 1-year-old and forfeited his room to her. How nice is that? Just when you think society.
Wait, David. It was a 7-year-old boy who did it.
It was not the 7-year-old boy.
What an amazing story that is.
But then she tells me, listen to this. She tells me one of the other people she was talking to got a room key at the Comfort Inn, right? Went to his room, opens the door, and there was a dude in there and pulls a gun on him. They gave a room that was already occupied by somebody else to this person. At 1:30 in the morning, walks into the room.
This in
and
Tennessee?
This is in Tennessee by the airport.
Wow.
And the guy put a gun. Can you imagine? He put a gun on him because he thought someone just snuck into his room or broke into his room. It's crazy. But I don't know if you remember, Dave, when I stayed at the Sheraton in St. Louis, this kind of same thing happened to me, and it reminded me. I was in my room. It was like 11 at night. I was just falling asleep, and I hear my door handle jiggle, and there's someone trying to get in my room. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Now I put all the shit on there, the chain, and you lock it. I don't know why this dude didn't do that. Maybe he was waiting for someone so he could use his Glock. But and the guy. By the way,
I don't do that.
Yeah, right. You just fire at the door.
Someone walks by.
So I said, then the guy knocks. There's a knock at my door. And I'm like, what the hell do I do? I was pretending like nothing happened so they would just go away, but they didn't go away. They're knocking. And I said, can I help you? And they said, yeah, you're in my room. And I said, no, this is my room. And they said, no, this is my room. I have a key to this room. And I said, I don't know what they told you, but I've been in this room. This is my second night. He said, it might have been my first night. Sorry, my first night. But my key worked, and I'm in this room. He says to me through the door, "Do you see my luggage? Are my clothes in there?" And I said, "No, there's no."
I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah, that's right. There's some good stuff. There's some real good stuff here.
Yeah.
No, I said, "No, I don't see any." And he finally just went away. He was pissed and went away. But does that happen?
I think that was a rapist.
Yeah.
You think so? You think there was a ploy to get me to open the door?
Yeah.
I think so too. That's the oldest trick in the book.
Oh God. Oh my God. Well, there was no way I was opening that door. There was zero chance of me opening that door. It was crazy.
Was it a good trip? Did it ruin the experience, the whole trip?
Well, it always does because you just want to, you're exhausted.
Get home.
You just want to get home. And we were getting home late already. And now we were getting home the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm in the same underwear.
That's too bad.
So it's not a good feeling. Look, it still was a great trip. It was a fun game, even though they lost. But it was great to see our daughter, and we had a great time. And but it kind of sours it. So I'm like, I'm done with Spirit. I'm never doing it. It's not even worth it. It's just not worth it.
Well, I'm glad you're not done with impromptu trips because you should be able to take those.
I am not done with impromptu trips, but I am done with impromptu Spirit flights. That's not going to happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omar, it's time for your topic.
Yeah, lay it on us, Omar.
Yeah, I think so. God knows. The good news is that my topic's not going to be the topic that I did last week.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
There is no bad topic. Come on.
All right, lay it on us.
It's not a bad topic. Did I tell you guys about my newest $1 million idea?
Oh God. No. Let us have it.
Around finger foods.
You said the ones that make your breath smell good?
Yes.
You did tell us about that one.
Yeah.
You kind of alluded to that.
So someone brought this up to me and said that I was rude that same evening when I was talking about how much food bothers me when people eat it at these events. People's breath bothers me.
Right.
And as I said it in front of like 4 or 5 people as we were going to the following place. and every one of those people went home early and or got like felt they had to go get bubble gum or breath mints.
So basically what they thought was happening was you were indirectly giving them a warning that their breath stuck.
And or I was saying everyone whose breath, like you guys can't even realize it, and it really dampened the mood. And I think the mood, and I as I look back in hindsight, I think that maybe I was rude. And so does that make me like? Is this what happens when you get older? Like you become curmudgeonly?
Yes, there's no question you become curmudgeonly. Yeah, that's a given.
Every little thing bothers you, and I look for people and breaths to make me upset at social events.
I think it's how you broach the topic. I think you can do it in a playful manner.
But when you go to hors d'oeuvres events, Josh, you're probably someone who eats everything. I can just imagine, like Baba Booey eating shrimp.
I do love hors d'oeuvres. I will say this. I do love hors d'oeuvres.
Not the stuff that usually on the tray. I'm like 1 out of 10 that I'll like what's on there, right?
True. But once you find one you like, I'm constantly – I'm not even paying attention to my conversation. I'm looking for the next tray.
Do you factor in the breath downside of what you're eating?
No.
Never.
Because
1 out of 10, it's so rare.
Yeah.
It's good.
With our palate, Omar, with Dave's palate and my palate, if you're getting an appetizer that you can enjoy, it doesn't matter at this point because, again,
wait a second.
You're going to say no.
I'm sorry. You, Josh, you have zero credibility from a food palate perspective. You just literally said on your topic how a romantic night for you and your wife to have dinner is at an airport restaurant.
Okay, first of all, I never used the word romantic.
You went to an airport restaurant.
We went a little early so we could have a sit-down meal.
Why wouldn't you have the meal? I don't understand why. Is there a such thing as a good meal in an airport restaurant? Has it ever existed?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Airports now have really good restaurants in them. Not a lot.
David, Josh, you're making me bring this up. And by the way, this is you have to own this. I would not have brought this up. David, one of the most disappointed times, which is saying something, that I've had with Joshua is when I was in the Philadelphia airport and I said, I'm here for 2.5 hours. I have a layover. What's the best place to get food?
Yeah. Okay.
And he directed me somewhere, and it was god awful.
Okay. First of all, I didn't know you had a long layover. You just asked for food. There was a Geno Steaks in there. I thought, just get a Geno Steak. You said cheesesteak. You wanted a cheesesteak.
Yeah, Geno's is one of the cheesesteak places, right? I mean, it's one
in an airport. Apparently not. I don't know what happens to food when it gets into an airport like dome, but apparently it ages 3 weeks or something.
But for example, there's a restaurant called Chicky and Pete's, and it's great, and it's in the Philly airport.
When you say it's great, you mean it's comparable to a great restaurant in Philly, like in the city?
It's not. No, it's not a great restaurant.
So what is the reason why food in an airport isn't as good as it is outside of that dome? Is there a reason for that we're aware of?
Well, if you go to a generic place, you're correct. But if you go to a place with a name, then it's good. It's the same quality. It's like
maybe Shake Shack is, Starbucks, I guess is.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but not like besides that for food, I can't think of any. There's no good pizzerias in airports.
No, but that's not what I'm saying.
Steakhouses at airports.
Listen, for example, when I say good food, I don't mean a 4-star.
Why is that, David? Seriously, why are there no 4-star, 5-star restaurants that exist?
Because it takes too long. It takes too long.
Yeah, that's right. You got to be quick meals, and I don't think you're recruiting chefs from the best schools to do the restaurant at the airport.
That's right. So that's exactly right.
I think the timing though is the key. You can't prepare meals that take time. You got to
guys. This is $1 billion idea staring at us right now, right in the face.
You want to put a Raul's in LaGuardia. That's what you want to do.
I want to put a 4-star restaurant out of 5, which means the best restaurant in the airport, right?
Yes.
But we only serve 2 things: steaks and burgers. So they're always ready. They're always ready. They're always ready.
It's a problem.
There's not. We could do this, Josh.
Haven't
Give me some
Chili's
money.
Chili's 2 already figured this out? Isn't that
Chili's too.
Wendy's
not-
is also very good. I've never been into McDonald's in an airport, but I'm sure it's
so
good too.
the reason we went to the airport is because there's a place. Look, again, it's called Hattie B's. You ever have Hattie B's chicken, hot chicken? It's awesome. It's great. And I love Hattie B's every time I go to Nashville. We didn't get a chance. And I know there's one that opened in the airport. And it was just as good as the one that we normally go to in the West End.
Live
so
music?
It's the same quality. There's live music everywhere now.
I know. It's
cool,
unbelievable.
Right? Yeah.
I just like you're having a nice meal is eating at the airport with your wife.
No,
it's just crazy
again,
to me.
You are conflating nice with good. A nice meal with a nice ambiance. No, that's not the reason.
Are you sure you don't force her to do these things?
No, she believe me. If I told her we'd go again this weekend, she would go in a heartbeat.
Really? Oh, good for her.
Of course. She even said, jokingly, because they're playing they have another home game this weekend. She goes, we should go to that game. I said, yeah,
really?
We're not doing
wow.
that. Yeah.
I would think she would have
too much.
one weekend with you, and that would be the end for like a month.
Listen, I am an absolute pleasure. I am
Is that right?
Who is your Joshua? Who's your third wheel friend? Do you have a third wheel friend?
No, you.
I never traveled with. I never hung out with you guys.
No, there's no third wheel friend.
What's a third wheel friend? The
Amy,
friend that hang out with.
Yeah, who's like single for whatever reason.
No, I don't have a third wheel friend. No. Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Well, that's what kids are.
Yeah, kids are third and fourth wheels.
Yeah, that's what served that role. Can you imagine having a friend that go out with just my wife and I? I can't imagine anyone would want to do that.
I would.
Yeah, that's.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, that's right. Well, you are my third wheel friend then.
Well, I'll tell you. One time we do go to this bar every once in a while on Wednesday nights for trivia, and my buddy. What are you laughing for? What?
Gosh, you are really married, man. You are You're a full-time husband. Wow, you might be husband. David, I think he's a better husband than you are. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
These are things that I like to do too.
You are really something else. I have to say, I always viewed you as being one of my more selfish people I'm close to. But you really aren't. It's actually
You're
not
giving me
true.
too much credit. You're giving me too much credit.
It's an eye opener.
Listen,
I feel
these
convicted.
are things we both like to do. So look, that time there was one time where it's another couple, friend of ours, that does the trivia, and they pulled us into it. But his wife was not. She was traveling for work, and so he was by himself, and we went. So it's not a third wheel. I mean, there's other people on the team.
No, it's a one-time thing.
It's a one-time thing. Yeah, there's no.
You don't have a regular like, hey, let's go to Hattie B's and let's call Carl.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Carl
hates Hattie B's. First of all, Carl would never be caught dead in there. Hey, so what's your $1 million idea? Is it the 4-star restaurant in a hotel, or is it let's add peppermint to the shrimp so our breath is better?
No. It's putting a nice restaurant into an airport.
Listen, there's airports with decent restaurants, but nothing like where you need a reservation in a normal. Like if it was in the city downtown, you'd need
because
a reservation.
the flaw of these places, they have too many things on the menu.
Here's the issue though. Airplane restaurants, even the shitty ones, cost 5x what they're supposed to cost. So I can only imagine what a 4-star burger would cost at an airport. It would probably cost you.
Wouldn't you pay for it?
$350. No,
Wouldn't you pay for it? Because think about it.
No.
You're always trying to get to the business class, and actually, the name of the restaurant is Business Class Only.
Upgrade.
So now all of a sudden, okay. So now here's what you've done. You've shut out everybody who doesn't like steak and burger. They're not eating there.
No, that's not true. They will eat there. They want the best burger or steak in the
I just said they don't like steak or burger. They're not eating there.
Vegetarian.
That's fine. This is the problem. We're not woke. The woke era is over. Even Kamala's not woke anymore.
I'm not talking about woke. I'm talking about your
food. It's fine. Go somewhere else.
About your target audience. You've cut out those people. Okay, so they're gone. All right.
Yeah.
Now you've also cut out the people that don't want to pay $400 for a meal before they get in a plane.
It's not $400. If we're like $150, $100. Steak's probably $50.
Yeah, no one's going to do that. You're paying $30 for a burger at the shitty place. I can only imagine what they're going to charge.
No, because we'll have, ready for this?
I'm ready.
limited seating, small space, good
You're-
lighting.
this
Seems like a
is
terrible idea.
disastrous idea. This is absolutely disastrous.
Yeah, it's for a very select few, and for people who want to eat a heavy meal before they get on a plane. I don't like to eat that.
Correct. That's
I
the other
do.
thing.
'Cause I want to go
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
fair
what
enough.
booze is for.
That's
I haven't drinking on a plane. When I flew over here, by the way, last night, the
Yeah.
two guys next to me became best friends. They like exchanged numbers. I'm like, am I just antisocial? How do
No,
you meet
you're
someone
not.
on an airplane? What's going on?
Everything
Listen.
we've talked about in this whole podcast is antisocial.
Is
All
antisocial.
we do is talk about how do we get away from things.
Correct. that is
Josh and his
the
wife.
one. That is the one constant throughout all of our podcasts. How do I get out of X, Y, and Z?
Right.
And when I'm on the plane, we talked about this. I put the AirPods in immediately. I don't
Yes.
want to talk to anybody. Now, my wife will talk to the Uber driver. My wife will talk to the person on the plane. And I'm like,
Gosh.
oh God, please don't do that. I just don't want to get in that conversation.
Oh my gosh.
And
How does
I go, oh my God, she's talking to the Uber driver. And she's telling them other stuff. Like once, like if the Uber driver starts it, I get it. You want to be polite, you say the things, but I'm very curt in my answers on purpose because I want the conversation to stop.
Yeah.
But once,
Wait.
Yeah.
Isn't it Kurt the guy who likes going to Maddie Hayes?
That's Carl, not Kurt.
that's Carl. He likes Hattie B's.
Oh, okay. Hattie
Yeah.
B's.
Kurt wants to go to Chicky and Pete's. Anyway. So your idea is not $1 million idea. I think there's a reason why there's no 4-star restaurants in airports. It just is not going to work. It's not going to fly.
We still have not identified the reason why it can't work. We haven't. You guys are just.
We pretty much did. We pretty much beat it to the ground.
We only gave it 5 reasons why it won't work, but
Yes.
we could do more market research. We could certainly, but
But there's a reason why it hasn't existed up to this
yeah, I'm
point.
going to give this one a thumbs down. I'm a big fan of your ideas, Omar. Don't get me wrong. This one needs more work. I think it's.
By the way, I'm meeting. I'm having a strategic partnership conversation with around the call phone.
Who? What?
The call phone. The phone that goes into the case. It earns points.
Oh,
What
did you call it?
The call phone, not call fin. Call phone.
Oh, you didn't tell us the name. You didn't tell us you put a name to it.
Yeah. So when you go to a restaurant, for the audience, Josh Filliman,
Yeah,
maybe.
So Omar had another $1 million idea at a previous episode where it's you go into the restaurant, and you have to put your phone basically into a little prison.
You have the
cell.
option. You can opt into put it into a case where it charges your phone, but you also earn points for not being on your
And
phone when you're
you have
at
no
dinner.
access. Yeah.
Yeah, and the higher the number goes on the timer, the more you get a discount at a future meal in that
It's a
restaurant.
great idea. I
love
actually
it.
like the
I
idea.
do.
I
I
And
like
at
think
the
the
same
idea.
time, it links up to your social media, so you're able to show your online audience and community how comfortable you are being offline in
The
social
irony
situations.
there is so thick. The irony there. that
And
you're-
so I'm literally speaking with a group that does this kind of like loyalty.
So what's
points
it
thing.
called? What is the name you've assigned to this?
Call phone, not call fin. Call phone.
So like a coffin for your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, clever.
Yeah, and we're
Clever.
talking to a group that's called Blackbird that we might do a partnership. It's an idea.
All right. Wow, we got
That'd
something
be
with legs here.
amazing if
How
that
about
became
that?
a thing.
That'd be
I
awesome.
still think the technological reach of putting a phone in a box that then sends something to your social media is a bit of a stretch.
I don't
I'm
like
not
it.
quite
Well,
sure.
For
like
you,
that.
you're a 52-year-old male.
I wish.
Okay, I'm talking about for the younger people.
He hasn't been 52 in years.
Yeah, I have not. But no,
Listen,
I'm not saying it's not a good idea, or I don't understand social media. How would you get the phone to post your
I don't know.
social media by just putting it in a box?
No. Wait. When you get the
What
call
did it say?
phone out, you're
Help me! I'm stuck at a call phone.
no. When the call phone is brought to your table, it has a
Yeah.
QR code, a timer, 2 buttons. You first scan the QR code with your phone.
Yeah.
That links up their social media. Then the call phone door opens.
Okay,
It's all linked
okay.
together.
All right.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys,
Very clever,
don't
very
forget.
clever.
Remember Steve Martin in The Jerk.
Yep.
Remember he
Yes.
invented those glasses
Right.
Yes.
where
That
it
didn't
made
turn
him
out
stay up
well.
on. Man,
Yeah.
What?
well, it didn't turn out well. No, that's fair. But the idea was great.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Everyone went blind or cross-eyed.
Cross-eyed.
Yeah. Hey guys, speaking of cross-eyed, we said we keep this tight, right?
Yes, let's keep it tight. Let's keep it tight.
Right, so we're gonna keep all your thoughts for the next episode. We'd like to end it on a high note, so let's do that. So let me tell you once again, if you want to reach out to us, friends@fts.media is our email address. Visit us at friendstalkingshop.weebly.com on the web, or YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok @talkingshop. Love to hear from you there.
At Friends Talking Shop. At Friends Talking Shop.
Yep, that's what I meant to say.
You said at Talking Shop, yeah.
Oh yeah, at Friends Talking Shop.
At Friends Talking Shop, yeah. I don't know what at Talking Shop is. Yeah.
I said Happy Thanksgiving to so many people over Halloween. It's
there you go. You're losing it.
I am. Well, until next time, everyone. We'll see you later.
All right. See ya.
Smell ya.